Placard, Te Ahumairangi. At the base of the mountain no one round here pronounces, refusing to bow to the times, and knowing the mountain won't either, I tied that stylish provocation to the picket fence, took a photo, went about my day. It disappeared overnight. Some dickhead stole it. So, refusing to bow to the times and knowing the mountain won't either, I printed out that photo real big of the placard on the fence in front of the cottage. Then tied that to the fence and took another pic. That disappeared overnight. Same dickhead stole it. So, roses not yet in bloom, harakeke burning green in its garden corner. I printed out that photo of a photo, real big, of the placard on the fence in front of the cottage, tied that to the fence and took another pic. This photo of a photo of the placard looked so good against the red-roofed, cream-painted cottages, cream fence pickets, roses not yet in bloom, harakeke burning green in its garden corner. I didn't wait. Went straight to the print shop. That photo of a photo of a photo of the placard looked so good against the red-roofed, cream-painted cottages, cream fence pickets. I stopped and took a slow, deep breath. I stood back for a moment, staring from across the road into time, into placard and fence and cottage, ever after and evermore, hongi and sign and promise and flax, and slogan barely raising its voice to scream at my neighbourly neighbours. And then I remembered the mountain. I tied that stylish provocation to the picket fence, took a photo, went about my day, and sure enough, by the time I got back to the cottage, built in 1867 by a poor settler family from Dorset who had 10 children and struggled, at the base of the mountain no one round here pronounces. So that poem, Placard, Te Ahumairangi, is written in a form called a pantoum. This is originally a Malaysian form, as I understand, so it's been slightly bastardised in the West, but the way that it is structured here is 4-line verses. You can write as many as you like, but the second and fourth line of each verse becomes the first and third line of the following verse. So you do that, so you're only ever constructing or creating 2 new lines every 4-line verse, because the other 2 are repeats from the previous verse. And then when you get down to what you want to be your final verse, obviously the first and third line are already taken care of because that's from the previous verse, the second and fourth lines. And then you use lines 1 and 3 from your very first verse and you reverse the order. So it's always the case with this pantoum form that the first line and the last line are exactly the same. But obviously the impulse, for me at least, when using these forms is for that form to become kind of invisible. Even though it's a very brutal, very loud form, I want as a poet to make it kind of sink into the content a bit.